you want to know what happens to an eyeball when it gets punctured?
Hey, horror fans. Yes, the time has come. It is October. Yes. So at least we're taping this in October. So we'll air this as soon as we can. So some of you may be listening in the morning or at night, like the taping. Yes, so the horror is on. We are officially in October. I tell you, time passes so quickly. It's crazy. My buddy and I were actually just talking about this, that how we've been friends for 15 years. And it's like hard to believe that when he actually moved off the island, he moved off 10 years ago. And I remember when he told me that he was going to move, and I said, well, I gave it some thought myself. I didn't know or if for sure or whatnot that where I would be, and lo and behold, here we are. And maybe our paths will cross again because he might be heading my way out here in the middle of the desert. So, all right. Anyway, being October's here, we're going to look at some releases and stuff that is coming out, and I think we're approaching the actual release date here, and I believe these are coming out on the 5th. Now, one of them is out. We'll let you know. So, with Halloween Kills right around the corner, coming out here in like literally less than 2 weeks, I think it is. Really excited for that. But we got some special collector's edition releasing of the original Halloween series, the old ones, which I love. They're collector's editions. They seem to be 4K. We got Halloween 2 here coming out. Yes, these will be released on the 5th of October. Yeah, it looks like some kind of 4K releasing. They got some really neat cover art, which looks like the cover art that they're showing here, and these are off of Amazon. I'm looking them at. The cover art looks to be like a drawing cartoon kind of thing. The Halloween 2 is one I'm looking at, and it shows Myers obviously walking out from the Haddonfield Medical Hospital, and he's holding the infamous scalpel in his hand. He looks like he's got some blood on his mechanic suit. And of course, Halloween 2 is when Dick Warlock donned the mask, and that one kind of became a very cult following. I know people that are collecting the masks and stuff really go after that one, which is interesting because I think it was the same mask from the first one that they used, so it was definitely kind of worn out by the time they came to this one. Donald Pleasance also reprises his role, and so does Jamie Lee Curtis. So, but the new Halloween, the 2018 Halloween Kills and Halloween Ends, it's supposed to be a trilogy. Now that one is supposed to take place after the original first one, and it disregards these other ones that were made. Alright, so it looks like we got disc 1 on this edition, has the 4K scan from the original negative, and so okay, so there is a Blu-ray as well. So if you're like me and you don't have a 4K DVD player or whatever they want to call it, there is the Blu-ray edition, and it's also got the same thing here, the scan and everything. So let's see, special features. The Nightmare Isn't Over, the making of Halloween 2. So that's featuring a bunch of all the people that were involved. Horror's Hollow Ground, revisiting original shooting locations. If you're not familiar with Horror's Hollow Ground, that is by Sean Clark. Sean Clark also has a YouTube channel. It's called Malfunk Sean. And it's pretty cool. I've watched a lot of those Horror Hollow Grounds. I think it's wonderful. I actually wanted to go up to the Horror Con that was recently up here and meet him, but I did not end up getting to go up there. So there's also deleted scenes with optional audio commentary, alternative ending, okay, still gallery, theatrical trailer, TV and radio spots. There's a third disc, television cut. Okay, there's a television cut in there, and film script, DVD ROM. I have like this Shout Factory edition of this thing, and it does have the TV cut on it. I didn't watch it, so I don't know. This may be just a rehashed one of that other Scream Factory that was out, that Blu-ray that was a special edition. So, and let me see. I do believe this is Shout Factory doing this. Yes, it is, or Scream Factory, or say I don't know, the same kind of company. All right. So let's go back and look here. So we got also Halloween 3 is same edition coming out. Also Alone in the Dark got its own collector's edition, finally a re-releasing of it, starring Jack Palance. I have not seen that movie. I've heard a lot about it. It was one of those that was... it was very expensive, and it was I wasn't going to spend like the collector's market pricing for it when you're talking $50, $100, that kind of stuff for a movie, especially that I haven't seen. I was like on the same boat with Just Before Dawn. I didn't want to like blow a bunch of money on a movie that I really didn't know anything about, so I waited, and it finally got a re-releasing, and I bought it for like $20 or something. So Alone in the Dark has got a re-releasing. It's $22.39 currently, so that's actually a drop down, because I just remember looking at it not too long ago. It like sold out really quickly. It jumped the prices. People were scalping prices. Then it went to about $30. Now it's down to $22.39. So that is about the price I'll remain at to check it out. All right, let's see what else is. Also, looks like Phantasm has got another releasing here. It looks like one of those. It looks like a different company doing it. So Phantasm has a part 1 and 2 on a Blu-ray edition thing. So if you're keeping up with the Phantasm stuff. Phantasm 2 is the one that kind of goes in and out of print a lot. It was some time back that it had a brand new releasing on Blu-ray, and then it kind of faded away, and it looks like it's making a return here. I did get the box set that was not too long ago that like literally went out of print overnight. Bought it on my copy. I bought from Best Buy for like $60. The following day, like in the morning, it was like being scalped on Amazon for like over $100. It's crazy. So also that was really cool when I got to go meet Don Coscarelli, director of that, down here in town. He was doing a special appearance. That was pretty cool. Let's see what else we got here coming out as far as the new releasing goes. Eli Roth's History of Horror Season 2. I actually didn't check that out myself. I was always kind of wondering about that. Looks like The Thing, we were talking about that in a couple of shows ago with Kurt Russell, the remake with John Carpenter. Looks like The Thing is now out on 4K. Again, I haven't really checked out 4K yet for myself, so I'm still waiting to see if I need to catch up with all that. All right. And that's kind of looks like it for the new releases. Obviously, the Halloween editions are also doing like part 2, 3. I did see the original 78 one, and they have it all the way up to I think part 5. So, okay, now we're gonna look up some stuff here that I saw. I saw it at the record store, and let's see. I wasn't sure about this. Okay. Here it is. It looks like it's one of those Italian type movies that was coming. This one's called Cannibal Terror. Now, if you kind of recall, like there's a lot of these Italian horror type cannibal movies that were coming out. I don't know, the 80s, I think. The most infamous one is the one directed by Ruggero Deodato. That's Cannibal Holocaust. The reason I don't like those is strictly because of the animal cruelty in it. I think it's a little extreme and kind of sickening to see that kind of stuff just to be for the sake of I'm the guy that believes the same thing with with everything else. Nothing should die making a movie, nothing. So anyway, Let's see here. So this one here, I stumbled across this record at the record store, and let's see here. It's actually surprisingly got 3.5 stars. I heard it's actually kind of bad. Yeah, I'm looking at the cover here, real cheesy looking, cartoony drawing. You got 3 people, looks like they're feasting on like meat, probably like, just somebody went to the butcher shop. Got a guy taped or tied to a tree in the back, surrounded by a bunch of guys, and pretending to be like the native cannibals of some sort. Okay, let's see here. Again, I did remember hearing that this was reading up that this was pretty bad. Let's see here. Let's description. Okay, here's the review that Amazon puts on a catalog of perversions such as voyeurism, rape, cannibalism, and a Euro soundtrack that is absolutely an absolute blast. This is from Sex Gore Mutants, I guess. I don't know. Kind of a strange review here. Okay, this is the part I love. I love reading the reviews here. First review, it says, no problem with supplier. Okay, I don't know what that, so let's see here. Movie so bad, I remember nothing about it. Okay, here's another one. It says, almost unwatchable, even by cannibal movie standards. This guy says, I'm a seasoned Euro cult enthusiast. In turn, my own many of the Italian cannibal films, such as Cannibal Holocaust, Jungle Holocaust. Yes, these are real titles, by the way. Cannibal Terror fails miserably in all accounts. First thing that sets Cannibal Terror apart from the other films is the genre is that it is a Spanish-French production. Okay, so here it is. Here's another one. Uncut, uncensored, unwatchable. Okay, so and here's another review. Like literally, these that one's 2 stars. This one's 1 star. Cannibal Terrible. Cannibal Terror was banned in England for the time. It is known as Cannibal Terrible. At my house, it's currently banned there as well. Here's another one. Bad, and did I mention bad? Okay. Okay, so I don't know. This so that's a hard call. Is that worth it? I don't know. Okay. So I do recall seeing that at the record store. I remember seeing that thing down there, and I did wonder about it. It looks like it gives you customers who viewed this item also viewed this other one. Emmanuel and the Last Cannibals, I don't know, White Slave, Devil Hunter, Eaten Alive. I remember Eaten Alive. That's another one of those Italian cannibal films. Jungle Holocaust. I think I saw that. I don't remember. Green Inferno. Okay, Green Inferno I thought was... Okay, so I know Green Inferno... There's a newer one called that under that same title, directed by Eli Roth has something to do with it, and it's it's like a homage, hat tip to all those old other cannibal films. Pretty graphic and violence in nature, and gore fest for sure. I do have it. I bought it from the local bookstore, and I watched it I think once. So I'm not the biggest fan of these. Here's the Cannibal Man. I mean, that one's an interesting cover. It's got a guy with a cleaver through his face. That's interesting. Let's take a look at this thing. Okay. It's a Prime item, so I can get it right away. This sucker is $11 on DVD and $25 on Blu-ray. Okay. Let's see. Let's see what the description is. From subversive Spanish director Eloy de la Laguisa comes international hit Video Nasty. The most notorious and misunderstood shockers of the 70s when slaughterhouse worker accidentally kills a man during a fight and trigger a desperate descent into madness, mass murder, and most horrific use of single apartment since Roman Polanski's Repulsion. Okay. Unforgettable mix of Euro, Arthros. Let's see what the... it's got a running time of an hour and 40 minutes. It's pretty... okay. Well, let's see. This guy marked it as 4 stars, but he's really giving it 3.5. Here's his more than just a video nasty. A great little melodrama with masculinity and discontents, classy, and sexuality disguised as a gut-churning horror film. Okay. Not so nasty Cannibal Man. Outrage British censors, what doesn't? Okay, let's move on here. You know, some of these, I recall some of these other films, you know, there's so much in this genre of just, you could really dive down into the bowels of a lot of these really obscure, unknown horror films that were just beyond anything that you could imagine. But here's some of these other ones that it looks like the bird with the crystal plumage. That was a Dario Argento film, I believe. Yeah, that was a Dario Argento film. Dario Argento also did a lot of these. You know, one of the other ones was Deep Red. Deep Red was really popular. I don't think I have that one. That one was a pretty decent one. Suspiria, I remember, was okay. Cat o' Nine Tails, I don't recall too much, but he was kind of the Dario Argento's films was kind of also like he was kind of in there with Lucio Fulci. But Dario's ones were more like a Gallo type, which is more like a Alfred Hitchcock with maybe a little bit more gore. Where Lucio Fulci was just straight up. A lot of his movies were just straight gore fest. You know, especially like when you got like The Beyond, City of Living Dead, all that kind of stuff. Really, really crazy gore effects. The Beyond is it really is beyond crazy gore. Fantastic. If you love that kind of stuff, you haven't seen it, check it out. It's definitely full on crazy. I remember when that stuff was like literally so hard to get. You had to pay a lot of money to get copies of them. Now, of course, with a lot of these companies, they're making them available again, which is awesome. There's one called Demons. Dario Argento presents Demons. I remember buying that on VHS from a really bad videotape store back in the island. Scott's Videos. Yeah, that was one of those ones that was one of those hidden gem mom and pop ones that they sold that. It was in the little for sale box. So, the stuff with the killer ice cream. You gotta love that one. It's got Garrett Morris in it. Come on. Demons 2. I didn't even know they made a sequel to that. Look at that. I got the little cartoony pictures. I tell you, that was what was awesome about this stuff was the cover art. That's what made us rent this stuff, man. Texas Chainsaw Massacre's got a steelbook edition. Pretty cool. I wish they would. I got the original videotape. And it's got that awesome artwork on it. That's what I love. So, 7 Deaths in a Cat's Eye. I know that one movie, Cat's Eye, which is Stephen King's adaptation. A couple of stories in there. Of course, the best one is you got a very, very young Drew Barrymore, and she battles this little troll in her room. You haven't seen it. It's kind of a cool movie. Cat's Eye. It's got 2 stories with it, and that one was the coolest with the little troll in the wall. House by the Cemetery, that's another Fulci film. And then, Tales from the Crypt and Vault of Horror. Now, these came out long before the 1990s HBO Tales from the Crypt thing, and this was the original ones, and this is cool because Scream Factory did a re-releasing of these, and they're uncut because they were actually censored, and it's kind of a screwball movie, but it's really cool. I find it funny because it's a really good, cool, campy, kind of older film. So I like it. I'm glad I bought that one. And there's also this other one called Terror Vision and the Video Dead. Those are another campy 80s cheeseball movies. Oh, wow, that thing has gone into the collector's world there. They're wanting $44.99 for that. And I did buy this. It's don't think it's worth that. So somewhere I do have that, I believe. Of course, Motel Hell. You gotta love that one. I saw that on Joe Bob Briggs' Monster Vision back in the whenever was that? Probably TNT back when they were doing those. Pumpkinhead. Who doesn't remember Pumpkinhead? Night of the Living Dead, the remake. Good stuff. So Cellar Dweller, Catacombs. Anyway, so fun stuff. We'll pick it up again another night. Thanks for tuning in with me here. And, you know, of course, we love Halloween, but this was just kind of a free-for-all, kind of browsing through, seeing what's coming around and everything like that for the wonderful October. And so we'll catch you another time when we get another tape here rolling.
Have you got any idea how much blood jets out of a guy's neck when his throat's been slit?